top of Lyons. Walked up this trail. It's a beautiful day, and I want you all to be able to enjoy the things that you love to do. So this semester, I'm going to be showing you some tricks and tips in Canvas to help save you some time so you can get back to the trail or whatever it is that you love to do. All right. Hi everyone, I'm here at Screencast-o-matic. This week you're going to be doing an exciting video tour for your class. So there's a couple reasons why you might want to do this. First of all, your students love it. It's going to save them a lot of time, and you as well, because what students like about a quick and easy video tour of the class is that they know what they're looking at, they know how to find things. You can answer some questions they may have had just logging into your class and just getting familiar with Canvas in general. Another reason is students who are new to online learning, when they first get into any course management system, they really don't know what they're looking at. It's really the way it is for all of us. And I like to have a video tour for my students because it also personalizes and humanizes the class, so to speak. This tool is free, and it can be used for not just your overviews, but it can also be used for instruction, for lecture, for demonstration purposes. So let's take a look what this easy and free program can do. So I'm here at Screencast-o-matic. You can just type that in, Screencast-o-matic, even without the dashes.com, and it will usually take you to this free program. The first thing you're going to want to do is you can click on Start Recording, and you will have a download that will ask you, well, it won't ask you, but it will be something you're going to have to double click on and execute, because you do want it on your desktop. It works better. One of the other things you might want to do before that is sign up, and the reason is because you will have a place to store some of your videos if you're not comfortable with using YouTube. Also, it'll give you an option to be able to download any video that you create as an MP4. I do caution you, please host your videos on a hosting service like YouTube or Screencast-o-matic or somewhere else, because we don't want videos to be uploaded directly into Canvas. We only have like about 500 megabytes per course, and we want to keep it under. It just is a great way also to link into your videos, and they open up much quicker. Another thing that I love about Screencast-o-matic is the fact it limits us to 15 minutes per video. There isn't a limit on how many videos we can create, but 15 minutes is a good size for our concept of chunking materials. If we go any longer than that, sometimes students can get bored or distracted, and I think we talked about that when we went over student learning preferences. And so video is very effective, but it can also be overwhelming if they're too long. So say, for example, one of the things you can do with Screencast-o-matic is open up your PowerPoint, and you can actually record your PowerPoint lessons. You can just open it up, go to the view slide, and then start going through your slides and lecturing them. You could actually chunk those into different sections of your PowerPoint. You could have part A and part B and so on and so forth. That way it might be two separate video clips, but it's going to allow your students to have some rest in between. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to click on the Start Recording button, and then you get to this Screencast-o-matic informational screen, and the Pro Recorder you could actually purchase if you want. I think it's $15 a year. It gives you some editing privileges. I'm really fine with the free one, and there's some things that you can actually do in this recorder. So let's go ahead and I'll show you some of the features. I'm going to click on Launch the Recorder. It's going to start launching, and yes, I'm going to allow it to open. I'm actually recording using Camtasia, now recording Screencast-o-matic, so it's working pretty well. And here's what some of our instructors do. So they start the recording with their webcam on, and then they pause it, and then they turn it off, and then they just go to the screen or the desktop capture. That way it gives students a little bit of personalization of who you are as the instructor. I think they like that too. All right, so let's look at some more of the features here. Maximum time, 15 minutes when you have the free version. I would say you could put it on full screen so you get good video resolution. And that way, when the students look at it, if it's being hosted in YouTube, then it will be pretty clear if they open up the full screen. Narration, if you want to select a microphone that you have, I think that's important to make sure you have a strong microphone. You can have some mistakes in your video and tutorial, but if the audio is not clear and loud enough, it can really hurt the quality of your video because students won't be able to hear what you're saying. And then, of course, if you have a webcam that has a good audio, I use a microphone most of the time when I'm doing important captures because I want my audio to be very clear and crisp. All right, so now you'll see the strength of my audio. It seems pretty strong, so I'm going to go with that. I'm using my default microphone. And I do want to just turn it so it's on the screen only. So I like this. It pops out and tells you what you're doing, and it gives you some advice and gives you some tool tips about some of these features. Computer audio, that's if you upgrade to the Pro Recorder. But I think you'll be very, very pleased with the quality that we have when we use the free version. All right, so down here is the controls, and this little icon, cogwheel, can be expanded or collapsed. So just remember that if you're worried that once you pause this or stop, this disappears. Just remember this little cogwheel. Then you can cancel here. But this is where you would record. So I'm going to just do a quick recording to show you. I'm going to get everything ready first. So what I would do is I would go over into my course. I would make sure I was in my student view mode because that's really what students are going to see. And then I would, one thing I do want to show you is if I wanted to change the size of this, I could pull it in. If I'm having problems with that, and this is good to show you, then I could go over here to this full screen and everything within the dotted lines will be recorded. So somehow it went over. I'm just going to pull it back over here. See how I'm dragging it? I can pull it up. So you can actually adjust this. Just remember though, if you adjust the dotted lines, you're going to want to also adjust the screen that you're recording or the application that you're recording. All right, again, just make sure it's covering everything that you want recorded. This is really cool because everything in here is going to be recorded. So before I start, I want to just tell you what's going to happen. Once I hit record, this will disappear. It'll count down, and then that's time for me to start talking. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to select and click on record, and then you're going to see this countdown as I mentioned, and now you can start talking about your class. And what you can do is you can even go over here to the global menu and tell the students a little bit about the global menu. You might want them to go over into their account area and update their profile, look at their notifications, some of the things that you've learned in the class. And then you're going to want to help them to navigate how your class works. You can open up a module and show them what a module might look like. You can click on an item in your module and show them how they would go next. Now see what's happening is now this is not quite where I need it, so I can just actually pull it down and I can click on next and show them. Again, everything is being recorded what's in these dotted lines, and I can continue to go through my class and show them some important items. You can take them into discussions and you can share some of the things about the discussions. And as I mentioned, once you're done, well, actually, you click on here and you can click on, and that will stop it. So you can continue to record where you left off. And sometimes it is nice to have a pause because I get tongue-tied sometimes, or my mouth gets dry if I'm talking too long, and so it's a good way to just pause, and then continue. Now, I am recording with Camtasia over this, so that's why I'm able to still talk. Okay, so just look at the little, if you're not sure how to do things, just make sure you look at the little cool tool tips that pop up. Continue recording at the seek position. You can go use seek back to the last pause, and then you can preview what you recorded again. Continue recording at the seeked position. Here's what I would recommend. Do a little dry run, do a little practice. If you go straight forward and you continue and you do everything just the way you want, just stop it. When you're done, you can click on this little pause, and then you can continue, or you could click on done. So you can go back and look at what you've done. If you're not happy, you can go and edit, only if you have the upgrade. You can redo, delete this recording and just start over, or you could cancel and exit the whole program. You can save it as a hard file if you want. It becomes an MP4, or you can upload to Screencast-o-matic. I think they give you about 2 gigs for free to store your videos, and then you can upload to YouTube. So that's what I do. I just upload. You log into YouTube through the program and you upload it, and you can go back in and make some changes in YouTube and actually edit your video there if you wanted to. Try it, see what you want to do. I think you're going to like it, because so many people who just try it for the first time are very pleased. It's very easy. One thing I'd like to emphasize is that sometimes instructors like to turn on the webcam and the desktop capture at the same time. They like to introduce themselves, personalize this introduction to their class, and then what they can do is they can click on the record to pause, and then they can change it to just the desktop capture. Or if they want to just do the full webcam mode, they can. But this right now is set to the desktop capture with the webcam. Now once I click on this desktop capture option right here in the right hand side, and I go back to record, this now says hiding. Alright, so I hope that helps. This will enhance your class, and this will save you time and frustration. You can send this link out in an email blast to your students, and they will feel quite comfortable by the time they log into Canvas and start working in your class. Alright, thank you.